Sangha to our Day 5 morning retreat. We will begin our Royal Tradition Chenrezig Sadhana as well as our Red Chenrezig Sadhanas today. We will begin in the Yellow Garchen Buddhist Institute prayer book with opening prayers.
All other sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. All other sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. For that purpose, until I attain Buddhahood, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Until death, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. From today until this time tomorrow, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. I take refuge in the Buddhas until I attain the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and in the assembly of bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the bodhisattva's path. I take refuge in the Buddhas until I attain the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and in the assembly of bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the bodhisattva's path. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. May all Mother, sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all Mother, sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion.
Now, Sadhana, page 4.
Okay, now in the concise practice from the royal tradition, starting on page 4. Namo Lokeshwaraya, Dharmakaya, the unelaborated reality, protector, boundless light, Sambhogakaya, loving, supreme, noble Chenrezig, Nirmanakaya, Dharma King, Sonsen Gampo, we supplicate to you, please grant your blessings. The root Lamas possessing the three kindnesses, with the supreme Lamas of the oral transmission and treasure teachings, we supplicate to you, please grant your blessings. Please grant the ordinary and highest accomplishments. From emptiness arises Om, which transforms into a precious container, broad and vast. Within this are Om Ahung, which melt and transform into a pure, unlimited, uncontaminated Torma, extensive as the sky, capable of giving rise to the special, ultimate, great bliss.
Om Ahung, Om Ahung, Om Ahung, Om Akaramakansa, Om Adidibendadada, Om Ahung, Nezoa, Om Akaramakansa, Tenzin Chöpa Tsunje Mandala Sangha Tenzin Chöpa Mandala Sangha Tenzin Chöpa Chöpa Tangje Da Yongse Travela Sangha.
I pay homage to the exalted Tathagata Rinchen Mang. I pay homage to the Tathagata Dzudze Dampa. I pay homage to the Tathagata Kudyam Ile. I pay homage to the Tathagata Jikpa Tamche Dang Yang Sudral Wekla.
Garchen Rinpoche Javaye Yombo Nandang Chazada Simbo Shachen Zavada Sinchen Banatoda Yunchen Khenpo Soneba Tetang de la Torma Zawa Shang Shang La Puta Lechen Deva Mamboja Chöpa Deyan Guzula Nuga Samba Shevada Sinchen Lama Pendese Tereng Sinche Jiba Jinchen Jinchen Tene Chituje Tershen Yanda Dongla Samba Ju Yombo Kunla Chebar Bangba De Gelong Gebya Deyan Kambe Ante Sunje Menje Kanyame Sowe Kula Kunjanje Lula Pelonwa Zeyana Malaysia Om Chemba Chunga Kandabu Lula Mumba Chungata Netenya Vasundula Dunjuranga Nesa.
Back to page 6. Spirits who wander by night, all Jungpo and flesh eaters, Sinpo who consume raw meat, various types of beings, those who abide in the thin branches of trees and so forth. For these individuals and others is the Torma, made of meat, beer, radish, mashed rice, and many kinds of fruit. Please enjoy this offering. Pacify your harmful thoughts. From now on, develop the intention to help others. Practice Dharma like an ornament. Hold perfect samaya and pure vows. Renounce chastising any jungpo. Be ordained, shramanas or brahmins. Everyone is afraid of weapons, and everyone values their own life. Take your own life as an example, and avoid causing harm to others. Om, all you spirits, strong or weak, to fully eliminate illness, especially dangers to the body, return to your abode.
Sarva
From emptiness arises drum, syllable that transforms into a precious container. The initial letters of each of the offerings appear and then transform into the offering substances with a nature of emptiness. Through contemplation, they transform into an unlimited cloud of offerings, which has the power to produce never-ending happiness. In order to liberate all sentient beings abiding in samsara from the ocean of suffering, I will meditate on the mandala of the Great Compassionate One.
Lama dan tuje Dzambhala to Sangha dan Sanjo Samba toje o Dunje nanga jenda Veda dela yoga.
In my heart is a palm which transforms into a lotus and an ah which transforms into a moon cushion. On it is a vivid white tree radiating light. The light invites the Lamas and the deities of the Great Compassionate One, surrounded by the assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, into the sky in front, to be seated on the lotus and moon cushions.
Om Loka Yora Sarva Buddha Bodhisa Sapare Vaya Agam Badisa Sova Om Loka Yora Sarva Buddha Bodhisa Sapare Vaya Padam Badisa Sova Om Loka Yora Sarva Buddha Bodhisa Sapare Vaya Padam Badisa Sova Om Loka Yora Sarva Buddha Bodhisa Sapare Vaya Padam Badisa Sova Om Loka Yora Sarva Buddha Bodhisa Sapare Vaya Aloka Badisa Sova Om Loka Yora Sarva Buddha Bodhisa Sapare Vaya Padam Badisa Sova Om Loka Yora Sarva Buddha Bodhisa Sapare Vaya Padam Badisa Sova Om Loka Yora Sarva Buddha Bodhisa
We're repeating page 11. Back to 11 in English. All Lamas existing in the three times, the deities of the Mandala of the Great Compassionate One, with the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions. In order to eliminate the suffering of all beings in samsara, please come from your natural abodes. Please be seated here on the cushion of lotus, moon, and sun. I respectfully prostrate with body, speech, and mind. Accept these holy offerings, real and imagined. From prior lifetimes until now, whatever wrongful acts I did, I acknowledge and confess. I rejoice in the root virtues of all ordinary people, Shravakas, Prajakas, and Bodhisattvas of the three times. For all living beings, please turn the wheel of Dharma, of the direct oral teachings and the victors of the three times. Those who wish for parinirvana will not benefit beings. Please accept my request that you remain to benefit beings. May I and others accumulating the root of virtue achieve the unexcelled perfect enlightenment. Repeating that same verse. I have great compassion for all those who are suffering, the sentient beings of the 6 realms of the 3 worlds. May they be separated from suffering. May they have happiness. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. The visualized field of accumulation of merit dissolves into me.
Om Sabhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Sabhava Shuddha Vansananja Chibhubu Zongvadam Zembedvatam Ranjin Jadab Ranjin Jadab
All inner and outer phenomenal things, subsumed into subject and object, are purified into the nature of the natural purity.
Om Shunedan Janam Sobhava Emagurva Om Sobhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Sobhava Yong sa Jerbale Bhava Chenrezig Sakdong Jendong Kundo Garbo Jiga Sheve Sharsa Longa Sheve Sharsa Manho Sheve Sharne Chöpa Sharne Baba Meji Watan Chuje Goi Zave Jiga Sabjan Zave Sanye Toga Dharmo Jar Devo Mani Nanchen Wadan Pe Manzen Devo Mani Nan Korlot Jarwa Jeblon Zamba Devo Mani Nan Jujen Jelsaj Devo Mani Nan Jiga Dang Daj Zamba Wo Yen La Longa Sa Sum Je So Je Na Ye Je Jiga Rinpoche Chöpa Longze Raja Dorje Jaja Chöshe Peshe Taja Jungma Ngaya Phupam Bajata Chenwa Pema Khenpo Nyama Dawa Pema Ka Zemba Wo Yunje Chöga Na Chen Chemblo Pema Se Raja Tongkar Tuyo Chenwa Cheva Dorje Jaja Seze Chöga Yarmek Lewan Kolo Chöpa Zogum Jumpen Rinpoche Sherjeba Zemba Wo Nyenda Chöga Sadhana Chöten Ja Sajan Zepe Terna Jinere Sarva Jojo Semchena Toje
Now back in English, page 14. From emptiness arises a white Shri, which completely transforms into the noble Chenrezig, with 1,000 arms and 1,000 eyes, with white body and 11 faces, 3 peaceful faces of the Dharmakaya, 3 smiling faces of the Sambhogakaya, 2 dark red semi-wrathful faces, 2 wrathful faces of the Nirmanakaya, and in the center, Amitabha. The roots are the 10 arms of the Dharmakaya. The main 2 hands are joined at the heart. The next lower 2 hold a mala and a lotus. The next lower 2 hold a wheel and a round anointing vase. Of the next lower 2, one is in the mudra of giving, and the other holds a jewel. The next lower 2 hold a Nirmanakaya statue, and a bow and arrow. The branches are the 38 arms of Sambhogakaya. The 19 right arms hold a jewel, a lasso, an offering bowl, a sword, a crossed vajra, a water crystal, a fire crystal, a bow and arrow, a twig, a tail fan, a shield, a vase, an axe, a mala, a blue lotus, a sun, a moon, and a white lotus. A cloud and an anointing vase, a yellow lotus, a white conch sword, a skull staff, a mala, a bell, a vajra, an iron hook, a monk's staff, a Nirmanakaya statue, a celestial palace, a volume of scripture, a wheel, an emanated form, grapes, a red lotus, and 8-cornered jewel. The secondary branches are the 1,000 arms of the Nirmanakaya, making the mudra of highest generosity. In the palms of each is an eye of compassion that looks towards all sentient beings of the 6 realms equally and impartially. The 2 legs are standing erect to quickly benefit all sentient beings. The body is adorned with head ornaments, earrings, a short necklace, shoulder ornaments, belt, medium-length necklace, long necklace, bracelets and anklets of all various inexpressibly precious jewels, and upper and lower garments of various silks and draped silk cloths. The body is beautiful with all the 32 major marks and the 80 minor marks. On the lotus petal in front of this is Shri transforms into Lamo Yigme Drugma, the 6-syllable mantra goddess, with body color, hand symbols and ornaments all identical to the main deity. On the petal on the right is the sun, Norbu Zimpa, jewel holder, with white body color, 1 face and 2 hands holding a jewel in the right hand and a pearl mala in the left. On the petal on the left is the daughter Ringa Zinma, holder of the mantra, with white body color, 1 face and 2 hands holding a crystal mala in the right hand and a lotus in the left. These 3 wear silks and various jewels. The legs are in the sattva posture in the manner of paying homage. On the rear petal is Buddha Amitabha with red body color, 2 hands in the meditation position, sitting in the vajra posture, ornamented with the major and minor marks of the Buddha, and with all the aspects of the Nirmanakaya. There are 12 outer petals of the lotus. On the petals starting from the front, circling to the right, are first Vairochana, and second the mother Buddhalochana, both white in color, holding a wheel in the right hand. Third, Akshobhya, and fourth the mother Mamaki, both blue in color, holding a vajra in the right hand. Fifth, Ratnasambhava, and sixth the mother Samantabhadri, both yellow in color, holding a jewel in the right hand. Seventh, Amitabha, and eighth the mother Pantara, both red in color, holding a lotus in the right hand. Ninth, the Mogasiddhi, and 10th, the mother Tara, both green in color, holding a crossed vajra in the right hand. 11th, Avalokiteshvara, Mahakarunika, and 12th, the mother Prajnaparamita, both white in color, holding a lotus in the right hand. Regarding all the above, the male has the left hand supported on the cushion. The female has the left in the mudra of great generosity. The right hands of all hold the hand symbols at the heart. They are all ornamented with silks and various jewels, and the legs are in the sattva posture.
Lama nye Chöpa tabzan zen gombo yalen zen yoga maya Chöpa yarja Chöpa se siksham zenpa noga tundu jasen nabo lavuam zen yada je Chöpa nanghandu mabo rambo rumban zenpa Sango Yarvata Chijar Nobo Najan Chukan Chuka Chalon Zambaji Tarjanga Lagu Tangu Nanajan Toje Yoba
back in English. In the courtyard of the palace are the 1,002 Buddhas of the three times, in the form of bodhisattvas. In the eastern door is the Buddha of the gods, Gyajin, extensive generosity. White holding a guitar, Piwang in both hands, and the Buddha of the demigods, Tajang-ri, splendid robe, blue, holding armor. In the southern door is the Buddha of humans, Shakyamuni, holding an offering bowl. In the western door is the Buddha of the animals, Shakyasenge, black, holding a volume of scripture, and the Buddha of the hungry ghost, Namkye-dzu, sky treasure, red, holding a treasure box. In the northern door is the Buddha of the hell beings, Chögyal, Dharma king, black, holding fire and water. These six have forms of the Nirmanakaya, with the major and minor marks, and wearing the three Dharma robes and standing erect. I transform into the hero Hayagriva. Then in an instant I clearly arise, identical in form to the main deity generated in front, Chenrezig. The main deity generated in front has in the heart a white lotus with a moon circle. In the center of this is a white Shri, radiating light, inviting the deities of the Great Compassionate One, identical to the meditation deities, from their natural abodes and into the sky in front. Free from the highest abode of the natural spontaneous realization, unmoving from the realm of the unborn Dharmakaya, yet the form body manifests in a body to benefit beings. Please come here through the power of compassion. Free, great compassionate one, with all your retinue, to benefit all sentient beings without exception, may your compassionate thoughts stay close to me. Grant blessings of remaining because of the power of your heart pledge. In the Dharmakaya there is no duality, manifesting in the Sambhogakaya form to benefit beings, manifesting everywhere compassionately in the Nimanakaya form to benefit beings. I prostrate to the deity with the wisdom of the three kayas. To the Mandala of the Great Compassionate One, beyond the torment of the afflictive emotions of hunger and thirst, in order for us to gather the accumulations of wisdom and merit, please accept this offering with delight. Please accept these various outer offerings of water for the face and feet, flowers, incense, lamps, perfume, food, and music. Auspicious goddesses fill the realm of space, presenting all phenomena of form, sound, smell, taste, and touch as offerings to delight the deities of the mandala. Please bless us by accepting this with delight.
Benda Bendala Benda Dharma Benda Mandala Benda Benda Oshe Ishikolan Zemengaya Nena Yeshe Tanse Sambhala Nisu Me Parten Bajuneja Dodon Tele Dopan Zedu
Shri, there is no duality in the wisdom body, yet, appearing as duality of the wisdom and Samaya beings, please remain in the state of non-duality to perfectly perform the enlightened activities for the benefit of beings. Shri, from the 5 bodies abiding in the bodies of the 5 wisdom, the 5 victors arise from Oming realm of Akanishta. May I be blessed by the empowering Lord of the family. May the 5 families grant the realization of the 5 wisdoms.
Om Hong So Aha Abekenza Ye Wangor Topjen Dandun Jelanam Wala Wandarin Wajimbarju.
Thus accomplish the empowerment. The 5 family Buddhas ornament the head of myself and the deities in front as an indication of having bestowed the empowerment. Shri, in order to be one with the body, speech, and mind of all the Buddhas of the 3 times, bless my body, speech, and mind, and seal by the blessing empowerment.
Kaya Siddhi Vaka Siddhi Siddha Siddhi Dandun Sangha Tham Je Tawar Omkar Demba Ai Margo Thoka Hong Hong Barnam Gosong Thok Dor Jesa Rangen Du.
In myself and the main deity, along with the Mandala deities generated in front, at the forehead is a white Om, at the throat a red Ah, and at the heart a blue Hong, which become the nature of the Vajra body, speech, and mind. Shri, Great Compassionate One, Deity of Wisdom Deities, Yige Drugma, the 6 syllables, Wisdom Source Mother, Norbu Zimpa, Jewel Holder, the Prince who practices the Supreme Methods, Rigngog Zimpa, Holder of the Mantra, the Princess who practices wisdom. Deities not produced but primordially undifferentiated from myself. I praise and prostrate to the bodies of the 4 wisdom deities. Look upon all beings with the eyes of great compassion. Vairocana, Dharmadhatu wisdom. Akshobhya, Vajra, mirror wisdom. Ratnasambhava, equanimity wisdom. Amitabha, discriminating wisdom. Amoga Siddhi, all-accomplishing wisdom. I praise and prostrate to the 5 wisdoms and the 5 bodies.
Fukarala Yedra Toma Haja Korwa Wen Denja Hanamja Togar Dabe Shela Yedra Toma Hadanji Never so Tamje the Tuba Soja Device Tamjela Koson Tony Pejuan Sangha Mother Badu comes and bears in Jia Tamjela Rajan Toja Jembo Pomano Bosum Jitinja Kamje Tuju Tam Tukje Jembo La Sosa Deda Tamje Dandunje Lai Zonkor Tamje Yoga Hanju Tung Dewa Da Jumen Dajin
And my heart is a tree circled by the 6-syllable mantra, radiating light. At the heart of the deities generated in front is a moon disk with a Shri in the center, and with 6-syllable mantra radiating light to all the directions, making offerings to delight the body, speech, and mind of all the Sugatas of the 10 directions. All the blessings return, the obscurations of body, speech, and mind of all the beings of the 3 realms are purified by the light illuminating them, and they are established in the state of the Great Compassionate One. All the beings and realms of the universe become the deities of the Great Compassionate One. All these, myself, the main deity, and the Mandala deities generated in front, recite the 6-syllable mantra continuously, roaring like 1,000 thunderclaps.
Dandi Kimbo Sabti, Mambo Togor Samti, Tavern, Dabasa, Dadi, the Sangsona, they are said the jelly decision body, jelly decision or Raga Sendi, the Sajit of the said decision Boshi by you, Sajit of the University, the kid lower to Daji, Yori, this among the Shure, Dadi, the Sangsona, Daji, the Ragged, the major career, or 다 다지 세미바데 시도미 시도 미는 저보요래 빼세리 나게 빼데 세마 미바데 다지 이미바 다지 이스 제이데요래 다지 다지는 메독사 미는 다 미는 스리 세도 나과 체비바 차도래 다게 데라게 데리 돈로 사축세 줄라 때는데 이거 미니 저보요래 다게 데라게 데 멤버리 줘서
So continuing with the prayer, the Lama Chöpa prayer. So the last line we read was, having gathered accumulations and purified obscurations, may my mind stream ripen with ease. So to gather accumulations, we've said is the antidote to self-grasping, which means we have to accumulate much love. And in this way, our obscurations will become lighter. And when self-grasping is completely cleared away, then on the basis we possess Buddha nature. And that is one's own mind. It is Buddha nature. It is the mind of all sentient beings, as the Buddha had said. So the temporary obscuration is self-grasping and the afflictive emotions. We mentioned that many times already. But so when self-grasping becomes cleared away, then it says, so my mind stream ripens with ease. So what does ripening mean? So on an outer level, we have mentioned, for example, a piece of fruit, when it is ripe, then it tastes really good. And on the inner level, the mind, an unripe or immature mind is a mind that grasps at the dualistic existence of self and other when that actually doesn't exist. And so when that is purified, when there's no more dualistic thinking, then the mind becomes vast like space. Also when bodhichitta arises within the mind stream, the mind will mature.
단지처럼 따르데 지피가 로도 따르게 미니 처럼 쇼요에 대라 빼는 가리들이라는 10년 넘었대라 다랑기 마치로 뽑지요나 이 뽑지가 노라 같이 상나 대라 시달는 도구요 말이 이 다른 다지 니지 요도 다도 좀 삼제 다도 좀 삼제 다지 니지 요도 다도 좀 삼제라는 바태다 같이 노바다는 주방을 고소랑 도구요 말 고소 탑지 시작도 그래 대리들이 뛰어가거든요. 이를 맞아 보건 돼와대 이런 뭐 얘기요래 배에서 미나 타만바 다진이 등 유지도 미나 대리들이 삼때지기 용 삼때데 dokul karta ta o man pe me man ma no go yore man de phasi chok hing bo re pharo de saba thok de jul sa chok sem chi yong na de ram ji ge ga chulam tham je phasi ge na ro yore pharo de se so sa ji ma to yo ma de yena jamba chrom zo ba de ka sa kar cha yo yore ma cha sa yo ma de wa ji uni de 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 jamba ya yo go yore chosom ya yo go yo zo ba yo go zo bi yo 다 체감을 체지도 나라도 좋은 아님 팀이 벌려가 제주를 조주는 제대 다 좋아지는 데다다 제가 허와 차는 어디니 제가들이 메시지 대화 하고요 민시바데 다 가는 민고들 다다 제가 좀 해봐라 그 다도 좀 이렇게요나 제가 좀 민은 어디 있다요나 이 다기니 매화하고서 이제 돈이 들어 이제 우리 상속선은 다디 말이 봐 상리 예비로 사바체비가 줄에 저는데 메다 메요래 오 다다와는 테스트 사바체비 봐서 이렇게 람상들이 별다 처럼 되셔서나 그리다 셋잡지 쳐서 쪽 맞춰 내가 이제는 민발 소소 다 미제 께고 내 잠이 께고 보면 호동이 되라 다 삼세리 때 가와서 다 마다 보고 빨래요래 데르티 동생은 되지만 마다 보고 다도 정말 삼세리 다도 정말 여러 삼세요래 때 다도 연는 그거래 상가 치보는 다지 이미가 되네 돈이 이제 돈이 되죠 이제 되게 가까이 담보 다지다 때문에 이제 되게 사바당이 이제 내가 좀나 너희 저서 다지 저기 다지 매가가 되는 이제 치보자 되니 상처 다지 말이 봐 상이 진피를 놓쳐보 저러 되니데 로로 착거래 내가 저 조르시반데 내는 민성을 조르제다 조르 민이다 조르가 가와 민이 조르를 가래 마도가 담대바데 다도 좀 여서 우리 일 차당 나한테 그래 사바 재밌겠어 남게 다도 참아라더니 사바시 뭐 납가다니면 샘지 담들 대화고도 동일 타고도 저거를 나지리 저쪽에 다음에 들 민이도 좋아들지 저 초반에 자롱도 잡지는 어디 자롱도 저 잡치쳐서 쪽과 차고 요래 늘 상제에 저기로 사집에 가고 오래돼 민족 가고 저 고아 차들 나오리 나와도 인중을 따서 새도 도도 동해 사왔대 나도 동해 말이 나도 우리 좀 이래 나도 정말 열지 너무 차와 나도 좀 열대를 뭐요 뒤걸어서 못하면 돌아있는 것들이 하고 그래
So may my mind stream ripen with ease. That is, the mind ripens when the ice block of self-grasping melts through the heat of the altruistic mind. For example, from an experiential perspective, it is like the love that a mother has for her child. The mother will love her child regardless of how much trouble the child makes. The mother will never hate her child. And there still is a dualistic grasping at self and other. The mother still clings to her child, but she loves the child. So even if the child causes a lot of trouble, the mother will not hate the child. So hatred will naturally fall apart. And so this love between mother and child stays for a very long time for this reason. So if even this ordinary love that is based on a dualistic perception of self and other is that powerful. And so when we then, to accomplish the ultimate lasting love, we recite the Om Mani Padme Hum mantra, the Mani mantra, many times. The Mani mantra, 6 syllables, are the essence of the 6 paramitas. When bodhichitta arises within the mind, when love arises, then just naturally all your activities of body and speech will become the 6 paramitas. And paramita means perfection, and only the Buddha has perfected these practices. But we still practice them. We still engage in these 6 practices. They actually are everywhere. We practice generosity, ethical discipline, patience, and so forth. There's really nowhere where the 6 paramitas do not pervade. And they arise on the basis of love. So when there is love, then naturally there will be generosity, patience, ethical discipline, diligence. Even if it is just for our worldly benefit, we're working day and night, that's also diligence. And so half of it is samsaric, and the other half also leads to human happiness. So how do we ripen or mature the mind? So now we can see in this ordinary example that even if we see things in a dualistic way, if we practice those paramitas, then at least half of our self-grasping is already gone. So these qualities arise. And then when all of our self-grasping is gone, when there is no more thought of self and other, then a true love or true bodhicitta arises. and that is the compassion that is based on emptiness. That is when all ignorance is cleared away and the four immeasurables arise. So that is when the mind ripens or matures. It matures through immeasurable love. When immeasurable love arises, then the ice block will instantly melt and become one with the ocean. So therefore it is the single medicine that heals 100 illnesses. So the suffering of samsara is cleared away only through love. And where do we find love? Especially between mother and child. Even though there are still faults and qualities, there still is a dualistic perception because the mother holds on to her child, but still there is such great power of her love for her child. And then ultimately when this love becomes great, then this selfishness all collapses and there is no more thought of self and other. So this love that is, or compassion that is based on emptiness, is a different kind of compassion. But first it begins with having a self. First we have a self. And then through cultivating compassion for others, this self clinging then gradually diminishes. And eventually there is no more self. The self is lost. And from that arises bodhichitta. So it is the mind of awakening, or Jangchup Sem in Tibetan. And so Jang means to have purified self-grasping, and Chup is to have mastered the altruistic mind. And then the mind becomes very relaxed. So here the term ripened is used, and elsewhere we call it liberation. The mind becomes liberated. So what is it that causes the mind to be unliberated? It is the grasping at a self, and so the attachment to the self, and then the aversion against others. When we cultivate love for everyone, and there's no more aversion against anyone, then the mind becomes vast, and then you truly feel, may all sentient beings have happiness, and may they all be free from suffering. What is the cause of their suffering? It is self-grasping. So in this way, the mind becomes, by understanding this, the mind becomes liberated. Only through love, the ice block merges to be one with the ocean, and then one becomes a Buddha. So from the one perspective, one may think that becoming a Buddha is very difficult. But actually, if you really understand this point, it could be very easy too. If you understand this point, as it says in the 37 practices, all suffering without exception comes from wishing for one's own happiness. This is why we suffer, because we cling to ourselves, because we are selfish. If you really understand that, then you will realize something in your mind. And then it might become very easy. So all the suffering arises from the slightest attachment to one's own happiness. So this also is a good point to discuss with one another.
가디 라마 덤나든지 라마 서덤나 대를 기대니 못하면 뉴스 대고적이 점으로 해서.
The next it says, perfect guide Ratna Shri, within whom the wisdom, love, and power of all the Buddhas of the 3 times are condensed. Now here, this particular Lama Chöpa practice, because it is a Drigung Kagyu Lama Chöpa practice, uses Ratna Shri or Lord Chigden Sumgön as the guru. So he's taken as the example. He's the one that embodies the wisdom, love, and power of all the Buddhas of the 3 times. But as we said before, all the gurus, one's own root guru, is the embodiment of the wisdom, power, and love of all the Buddhas. As we mentioned before, one's own guru is the embodiment of the 3 jewels, the 3 roots, and the 3 kayas. So we mentioned that many times, so we won't go into that again. So what we need to understand here is that, so this particular Lama Chöpa prayer is based on Lord Chigden Sumgön or Drigung Kagyu Sadhana, but one should apply that to one's own root guru, or whichever guru you practice, whichever sadhana you practice. So you should see that guru as the embodiment of the wisdom, love, and power of all the Buddhas. Meaning that it doesn't necessarily have to be Lord Chigden Sumgön. Because if we think that way, then we may fall into a bias between different lineages. So basically, whoever you have the greatest devotion to, that is the root guru that you can bring to mind. But if you think that, oh, this is a Drigung Kagyu Lama Chöpa, or it's a Sakya Lama Chöpa, and so on, that is mistaken, because then you're making a difference, when actually there is no such a difference. For example, it is the outer, it's like the outer skin of something, but the inner content, which is bodhichitta, is the same. Or as you mentioned, it is like a box. Different boxes have different designs on them, but the inner content, the Dzambhala, is the same. So the Dzambhala is the same, but we may just become carried away by the designs on each box and then think that all these boxes are different, when actually they are the same in having the same content. And so similarly, all the different lineages practice bodhicitta, which is the essence of the Buddha's teachings. So whichever guru you are practicing, you should understand that guru to be the embodiment of the wisdom, love, and power of all the Buddhas.
Torma the same day, the signal boy about Hako. Lama sent the Ranga semi Chepameba, Roma sent the Ranga semi Chepam Hako. Then Chimbari, the signal boy Hako. Ziwake, oh, true, that the Haman or Danzi, needing Marquarate, to needing some Dajin Lama Roma and Colamare, etc. Then Dajin needing the surgery, Dajin is there, needing about Hako. Nidi, Tiati to Dori, Sanchuk Sem, Jena, Tiati Bochina, Nidi Milori, Dada the Mother, Dadi Nidi Mina, Samat Semi Bachin, particularly Ninated Dadi or Mari. They have oh, Chiba, Tiawadi, Tela, Soba the Kari God, or Soba the Sabin God out. Dinner, you see, all these, you get the Chiva Tabo, no, so they have the Tassivari. Oh, Tiawadi, the Tiawachibona, the same judge by Lama, the Tiawati, Roma Julius over. The Roma had a Lama the same Gawa over. The Karikita here neat about it. Lama the sword over the Lama gave in Roman and Deva. They have what comes to territory with Lama the Tiawati, same with Sonatry. Tiawati Mata Boy in the sheet, the theatre of a child with it. Tiawad Nubakari, oh, Tassan, Joseph, Julius, Danzina, you shut or Tinibati Yori. This is from same kind of decision, non decision body. You be said decision was in your mother, on Chago. Oh, she did, you were chat out that I was our material. 오 사제는 될 지대지바 요놈의 지대지바 시바 자체 세상에 말에 되지 그 주선의 사제 상태를 봤을 때 적발해 라고 따라만 되게 됐다 지대지바 하고요 대 하고서들이 엄지기 저기서 남섬을 하시 소답터에 소아들한테 칼을 쏘는데 봐 세미지 대파선 거 당화 대파 라미용지 고초서 용지 대파라는 동네를 돌도 세지 동네 tam지 저를 돌고 동네 저를 돌고 하고래 다른가 나도 나한테 내도 잡았대 말 내도 저가래 내도 나한테 와서면도 나내 저도 상고도 저 말봐 저 용어가 상고도 없어 대하고는 무덤이 도서 무덤이 될까래 초경 무덤 랑동 죽고 자사서로 이동 거가서로 똑똑고요 다 롱거다 저거 세지 동세 저거에 서연나 진이 받아요 무덤이 된 초경 무덤 다쪽 사지에 공방 도먹은 무덤 다다 끼어치라 탐치라 끼어치라 내가 벌써 그때와 윤문 제가 더 다쪽 사지에 공방 더 무덤이 돼
So there, in terms of the wisdom, love, and power for all the Buddhas of the 3 times, there, if one were to go into that, one could explain that really extensively. But what's really the essence of it? So one's own root guru possesses these qualities of wisdom, love, and power. And so with his wisdom, what does the guru know? What's his knowledge? The guru knows that all sentient beings possess Buddha nature. So the guru knows that the disciple possesses Buddha nature. And therefore the guru knows that the disciple's mind and the guru's mind are actually not separate. So that is what the guru knows. And then the guru's love is the guru knows that the disciple has not understood that, and therefore they feel great compassion for them. They know that the disciples are obscured by self-grasping, dualistic thinking, by ignorance. And because of that, the disciple thinks that I am the disciple and he is the guru. So the guru understands that and knows that the dualistic thinking in the disciple's mind can only be melted through love. So that is the second quality of the guru, his compassionate love, which is like the warmth that melts the dualistic thinking in the disciple's mind. And the guru's mind is a mind of great bodhichitta, so that is a mind of great love. And great love destroys all dualistic thinking. When you even look at your own mind, when just a small moment of love arises, when love arises, there is no self-grasping. So when immeasurable love arises, all dualistic grasping falls apart. So the guru knows that this is what the disciple needs. The disciple needs love and compassion. And then the guru thinks that this disciple trusts in me, therefore I must give them a method to cultivate compassion. And so then through their mind-to-mind connection, the love of the guru enters the mind of the disciple. And then that is why the disciples often love their guru so much. And they listen to the instructions. And they cherish the guru like cherishing their own life force. So this is really the basis of a good connection between a guru and a disciple. This feeling of love that is being passed on. Because the guru sees the disciple just like a mother sees her child. So that's the second quality of compassionate love. And then there is the third quality of power. So what power does the guru have? Because the guru has cultivated bodhicitta, there is no more self-grasping. And because all beings possess Buddha nature inside, they know that when that nature meets with the condition of the sun, which is like their love, then the ice block within them will melt. So that is the power that the guru possesses. So you should understand, therefore, that your own root guru possesses these qualities of wisdom, love, and power. And try not to think that these are these really unfathomable qualities that only the Buddhas possess and so on, and they're so extensive and hard to comprehend. It's not like that. The guru possesses this power, the power of all the Buddhas after 3 times. He possesses wisdom, love, and power. So this is how you should understand the root guru. When you trust in the root guru and faith arises, first from the disciples' perspective now, 3 kinds of faith arise. So first there is the clear faith, where you recollect the qualities of the guru and of the 3 jewels. And then there is the longing faith. You have a wish you long to become liberated from suffering. And longing to be free from suffering, you also must recognize the cause of suffering. So there's no point in saying that, oh, I'm sick, I just want to get better. You should think in this way rather. So I'm sick, so why am I sick? Is because of my obscurations. And the sickness purifies this negative karma. I need to purify self-grasping, the afflictive emotions, and ignorance. So then, next it says, I'm single sufficient source of refuge, master and 2 sons. Through supplicating you, may I attain the 2 accomplishments. So these accomplishments, or the siddhis, the 2 siddhis are the supreme siddhi and the common, the ordinary siddhi. The supreme siddhi is to attain the royal seat of the Dharmakaya for your own sake. And the ordinary, the common siddhi, is the ability to then be able to steer samsara from the depths for all sentient beings. Or we can say, from a temporary and ultimate perspective, the ultimate siddhi is the attainment of enlightenment, and the common siddhi is the path to the state of enlightenment. So from lifetime to lifetime, one continuously takes birth in the 3 higher realms until ultimately attaining enlightenment. So these are the 2 siddhis, or 2 accomplishments.
So
we take a break for 30 minutes.